Began in Broome County, where community members are outraged after a student injured his head while riding the school bus. I was there at the Binghamton City School District meeting where the mother of the student and others called for change and accountability from the district. On September 30th, Tamisha Managa's world turned upside down when her 5-year-old son walked off the school bus bleeding from his head.
To this day, traumatized. It hurts to hear. It just hurts to see pictures. It hurts altogether. It took a lot for me to even stand up there and have that conversation again.
Manago says the injury occurred while her son was riding on a first student bus, the transportation company the Binghamton City School District contracts buses from. According to Manago, her son fell asleep, the bus made a turn, he fell out of his seat, and allegedly hit his head off exposed bolts. The boy received staples to close the wound.
This simply could have been solved for me with an apology, which I have still not received from anybody.
In a statement to 12 News regarding the incident, the Binghamton City School District says, quote, student safety is a top priority for the Binghamton City School District. When the district learned of this incident, we immediately worked with our contracted transportation provider to find out what happened and to ensure appropriate steps are being taken to maintain the safety of all students riding their buses. An investigation is ongoing, and the contractor will be held accountable for any improper actions that may have occurred. As this investigation continues, community members at the board meeting Tuesday evening expressed concern over other alleged incidents.
Multiple times kids that I work with are bullied on the bus.
We also had an incident where that child was missing for 2 hours.
Lorenzo attends BCSD West, and he was instead dropped off at BCSD East.
Although Manago now homeschools her children,
Because I can't entrust nobody else with their life.
she wants the district to focus on the bigger picture.
I think you guys have to focus really hard on what's going on with these children on the bus. That's bigger than anything else that's going on right now.
Other community members echoing her words.
We entrust our children to you.
If we can come here and take our responsibility and hold y'all accountable, I know you can go to them and do the same exact thing.
Maybe a better bus monitor system would be something to really prioritize.
And for Manago, she wants more training for the bus staff and awareness from the school.
We have a big responsibility to the young ones, okay? They can't protect themselves. That gives us, we need to protect them. And I'm not there on the bus. I'm not there at school, so I leave them in your hands.
12 News reached out to First Student Inc. and has not yet received a response.